Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. It's Gord, your hurtin' hippie, and it's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's -6, feels like -11. Isn't even going to 0 today. Calgary weather by Wednesday, +6 or 7. But this isn't too bad. It isn't terribly cold, and those of you asking, it's getting better. Immobilizing it was the thing to do. It is getting better, but it sure isn't there yet. And it's difficult doing things around the house with this on. But if I don't protect it, I'm going to be in pain for a long time. You read the title. Yeah, I want to talk a bit about don't sweat the small stuff. Because it's all small stuff. But before we talk about that, I want to throw it to Gorda. Yesterday we had a little bit of fun. Had an interesting snowstorm come up last night, so over to Gorda. Sometimes you have to throw it to the hippie to show the state of the day. This is Sunday evening. I just dropped Pasha off at his mom's house and I'm heading home to curl up, and we're supposed to get snow all night, and you know what? Lug ya. Very smart, very smart. Logya actually called it on yesterday's video. Go check his comment. He said you got snow coming, and boy oh boy, this is heavy snow, and it just started. And we're supposed to have it all night long and probably a fair amount of tomorrow, and then we're going back up to plus. So, as usual, this is normal Calgary. That -30, that for a couple of weeks, that is not normal. This is normal. As normal as we get, friends. Actually, I thought I'd show you I got a new way of getting home. Transport home, because this is just getting all in my face. So, ready? There we go. That's much better. It's quicker. And this way, I can come up my stairs, sit down, and we can make a much smoother transition to Gord in the morning. Ready? Go. And now we're back. Nice little transitions, nice little fun. Just a little bit of fun with the old hippie, and it's not going to be a long one today. What I want to talk about is not sweating the small stuff. I'm not promoting the book, or should I say the books, because it starts off with don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. And then there's a book about don't sweat the small stuff in love. Don't sweat the small stuff with your family. Don't sweat the small stuff at work. But it all goes on a pattern of that can be summed up in one little explanation, and it would help those millennials who were led astray. And it's not every millennial, but I do have to talk about this. Is we have a generation of people between, say, 18 and 35, 30 even. I'd say it'd be a little bit less, 30. A group of people who seem to have a tough time getting through adulthood. They were raised in a new era of let's not give a first prize, let's give everybody a prize. Let them spell things the way they want to spell. Why push the hard stuff? They took the don't sweat the small stuff to the far extreme, and then these people leave school and find so many people who just don't care about how they feel, because they're busy with their own lives. They weren't taught that, you know what, this lovey-dovey, everybody hugs together and everybody gets first place and everything. just doesn't pan out in the real world. And now they're just offended by absolutely everything they see because they were never taught to expect it. So because they were taught not to sweat anything, now they're sweating small stuff like crazy. And there, I got it out. I got my correlation to this book out is we have a segment of society today, and it's not everybody in that age group, it's people above that age group, and there's people in that age group that are absolutely wonderful, that listen to their parents instead of their teachers, that had a little bit of discipline and a little bit of shock and awe while growing up. This goes along with the bullying talk of yesterday, which I'll put right up there. It goes right along with that, is that kids need to have some difficulty through their growing up so they learn the methods to deal with certain types of difficulty, and those methods, those tools, they're growing up without a toolkit is what it is. Those tools are really important. You know, the mother lion throws her cub down a long hill where it may take him a long time to find his mama again. He may even have to kill something on the way. But that's part of forcing your kids. Yes, it sounds a little tough, but it's part of forcing your kids into growing up. Those who meet adversity and have good parents and loving circles around them that can help them meet with that diversity, help them build their tools towards it, will meet that diversity head on. They won't know what to do. We never do. I'm almost 60, and I keep hitting new things that I go, oh geez, I'm not prepared for this. But I have tools, and I have to adjust those tools to fit this situation. If you've got kids right now, be a little tough sometimes. Tough love is not a bad thing. We had a whole generation where tough love was kind of like, no, we don't need to do that. We are advanced. No, we're still animals. And those instinctual things, instinct was meant to save our lives, was meant to help us through life. So, and what else? Oh, the main thing I wanted to say about don't sweat the small stuff. It has taught me, and I'm rereading because I have forgotten it and I am not applying this tool. It has taught me, hang on, gotta put my coffee cup down. In between every action and the reaction to that action is a space. Now, most of us don't even recognize the space and time. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So yes, we do need to react to things that happen to us. But what we tend to do is take that first thought and react. And this book tries to train you to understand that that initial reaction is not necessary. Depending on the circumstance, that space of time between action and the need for reaction is wider than we think it is, and we can even widen it more to where we are responding properly to the situations that arise to us, and we are taking the smaller things that happen in life, and it is all small stuff. You know, somebody pissing you off because the way they answered, yeah, yep, okay. You know, those kind of things can really affect us. And we react to them, and it causes a problem. And it was something that your reaction need be more, take the time, realize it's a small thing, and your reaction is benign. Your reaction is you telling yourself, I'm letting that go. I encourage people to think that way. I like to think that way. I need to retrain my own brain to think that way, and I hope that you all can start thinking about it too and help those around you. And don't forget the thumbs up, because you know what time it is now. Little known fact. Little known facts. My teeth are not sticking well today. And here we go. To leave a party without telling anyone in English is called the French exit. In French, it's called partir à l'anglaise. To leave like the English. I love how we both have the same thing, making fun of each other, and it's all in good jest. Right, Logia? Oui, mon ami? And in Colorado, USA, there is still an active volcano. It last erupted at the time the pyramids were being built in Egypt, but it's still there. Ain't that cool? Friends, peace and cheers, love and harmony. Catch you on the other side. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it.